Set in the American Midwest in the 1950s and 1960s, Happy Days starred Ron Howard as Richie Cunningham, a straight-laced Wisconsin teenager who frequented Arnold's Diner with his friends. His all-American image was contrasted by his best friend, Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli, a motorcycle-riding smooth talker. The 9-time Emmy-nominated series featured a revolving door of guest stars, but its core cast remained largely consistent throughout its run. Howard departed after the 7th season to pursue his filmmaking career, but Winkler and Company continued the show, eventually jumping the shark. Here's where the stars of Happy Days are today. Henry Winkler as Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli. Meet Henry Winkler, the iconic actor who brought Fonzie to life. Initially, his character was a recurring role, but his charm and charisma quickly propelled him to stardom, earning him top billing by the 2nd season. The nickname Fonzie and his signature phrase, "sit on it," were the brainchild of producer Bob Brunner. Winkler's on-screen persona was known for his effortless cool and catchphrases like, "Hey!" and "Whoa!" Born on October 30th, 1945 in Manhattan, Winkler's name holds a special significance. The H is a nod to his Uncle Helmut, while his middle name honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He grew up with an older sister, Beatrice, and was one of 3 students from his graduating class to join the prestigious Yale Repertory Theater Company. Winkler's time at Yale was marked by a string of performances in notable productions, including Story Theater Repertory and Gimple the Fool. After Happy Days wrapped up in 1984, Winkler struggled to shake off his Fonzie persona, finding it tough to land acting roles until 1991. He recalled feeling lost at sea during this period, with his agent pitching him to directors who would praise his talent but ultimately dismiss him as the Fonz. Eager to stay afloat in the industry, Winkler founded Fair Dinkum Productions in the late 1970s. On a personal note, Winkler met his wife Stacy in a Beverly Hills boutique in 1976 and married her in 1978. In the same synagogue where he had his bar mitzvah. The couple has 2 children, Max and Zoe, and Winkler is also a stepfather to Jed Weitzman, Stacy's son from a previous marriage. Today, Winkler's net worth stands at an impressive $40 million. Marion Ross as Marion Cunningham. Meet Marion Ross, the talented actress who brought warmth and charm to the role of Marion Cunningham, the matriarch of the Cunningham family. As the only character who could get away with calling Fonzie by his given name, Arthur, Ross's portrayal of Marion was a highlight of the show. Born on October 25, 1928, in Watertown, Minnesota, Ross grew up in a family of modest means, with her parents, Gordon and Ellen, having immigrated from Saskatchewan, Canada. She was the middle child, with an older sister, Alicia, and a younger brother, Gordon. Ross's early life was marked by frequent moves, from Waconia to Wilmar to Albert Lea, Minnesota. Ross's acting career spanned over 6 decades, with her film debut in 1953's Forever Female, starring alongside Ginger Rogers and William Holden. She quickly transitioned to television, playing the Irish maid on Life with Father, and went on to appear in a string of notable shows, including The Lone Ranger, Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer, and The Donna Reed Show. In the 2000s, Ross continued to work in television, with roles on Brothers and Sisters and The New Adventures of Old Christine. In 2008, the Albert Lea Civic Theater was renamed in her honor, and she went on to appear in films like Superhero Movie and Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas. Although Ross announced her retirement from acting in 2021, she has continued to make sporadic appearances in online projects, including a reprisal of her role as Grandma SquarePants in SpongeBob SquarePants. Today, Ross's net worth stands at an impressive $10 million. Ron Howard as Richie Cunningham. Ron Howard, the principal character of the popular television series Happy Days for 7 seasons, 1974 to 1980, was portrayed by the talented actor Ron Howard. When Howard's burgeoning career as a director necessitated his departure from the show, his character, Richie Cunningham, was written out by enlisting in the United States Army. In a poignant gesture, Richie married his fiancée, Lori Beth, via telephone, allowing her to join him at his posting in Greenland, while the inimitable Fonzie stood in as his proxy at the wedding. Howard reprised his role as Richie in guest appearances during the show's final season. Born to a family of artists, Ron Howard is the elder son of Rance Howard, a multifaceted director, writer, and actor, and Jean Spiegel, a talented actress. His ancestry is a rich tapestry of German, English, Scottish, Irish, and Dutch heritage. Adopting the stage name Howard in 1948, Ron embarked on his acting career, which has spanned over 6 decades. Notably, his father, Rance, served in the United States Air Force at the time of Ron's birth. Howard's early career was marked by notable appearances in various television shows and films, including The Journey, 1959, The DuPont Show with June Allison, The Twilight Zone, and The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis. He also made an uncredited appearance in Counterfeit Gun, an episode of The Cheyenne Show. In recent years, Howard has continued to excel in the film industry, directing and producing a range of projects. In 2021, he began filming the survival drama 13 Lives, a cinematic retelling of the 2018 Tham Luang cave rescue. The film received widespread critical acclaim upon its release in 2022. Furthermore, Howard is set to direct his first animated feature, The Shrinking of Treehorn, acquired by Netflix from Paramount Pictures. He will also direct the survival thriller Eden, starring Jude Law and Ana de Armas. In his personal life, Ron Howard has been married to Cheryl Alley since June 7, 1975. The couple has 4 children, daughters Bryce Dallas, Jocelyn Carlisle, and Paige Carlisle, and son Reed Cross. With a net worth of $200 million, Anson Williams as Potsy Weber. Warren Potsy Weber, Richie's trusted confidant and a gifted vocalist, was a free-spirited and worldly individual in the early seasons of the show. However, as the series progressed, his character evolved, and he often found himself paired with Ralph in various misadventures. In later seasons, Potsy's lovable but slightly dim-witted personality became a recurring theme, with Ralph frequently remarking, "You're such a Potsy." Anson Williams, the talented actor who brought Potsy to life, was born into a Jewish family background, was rooted in a Jewish heritage. His father, Haskell Heimlich, made the decision to alter the family name to Heimlich, diverging from his cousin, the renowned Dr. Henry Heimlich, who lent his name to the life-saving Heimlich maneuver. Williams's early life was marked by his participation in Burbank High School's track team and his involvement in various school productions. He also showcased his talents in the Sherman Brothers' original musical Victory Searle at the Ivar Theater in Los Angeles and appeared in a McDonald's commercial alongside John Amos. After his stint on Happy Days, Williams transitioned into a successful career as a television director, focusing on creating engaging content for adolescent audiences, including after-school specials like No Greater Gift. In recent years, Williams has been working on a one-woman stage play based on his partner's book, Crazy Mama, a memoir of love and madness, which won the 2014 Southwest Writers Competition and Santa Barbara Writers Conference Fiction Award. The play explores the complexities of growing up with a mother struggling with mental illness. Williams's personal life has experienced its share of ups and downs, including a marriage to Jackie Gherkin, which ended in divorce in 2020. Despite this, he has continued to build a successful career, with a net worth of $3 million. Erin Moran as Joni Cunningham. Joni Cunningham, Richie's little sister, was a precocious and curious kid who often found herself getting into mischief. In the early days, she'd frequently snoop on Richie's activities and get sent to her room by her parents. But despite her occasional troublemaking, Joni had a soft spot in Fonzie's heart, who affectionately called her Shortcake. As she grew older, Joni began to explore her own interests and identity, including a brief stint in a motorcycle gang and a misguided attempt to fit in with a cool crowd by taking up smoking. Erin Moran, the talented actress who brought Joni to life, was born and raised in the Los Angeles area. She was the second youngest of 6 siblings, and her parents, Sharon and Edward Moran, encouraged her passion for acting from a young age. In fact, her mom signed her up with a talent agent when she was just 5 years old. Moran's acting career took off early, with her first role in a commercial for First Federal Bank at the age of 5. She went on to land a recurring role on the TV series Daktari at 7 and made her film debut in How Sweet It Is, 1968, alongside Debbie Reynolds. She continued to work in TV and film throughout the 1970s, making appearances on shows like The Don Rickles Show, The Courtship of Eddie's Father, and The Waltons. In later years, Moran appeared on reality TV shows like Celebrity Fit Club and made a few independent film appearances. Her personal life was marked by 2 marriages, first to Rocky Ferguson from 1987 to 1993, and then to Stephen Fleischman. Tragically, Moran passed away on April 22, 2017, at the age of 56, due to complications from throat cancer. At the time of her death, her net worth was estimated to be $50,000. Don Most as Ralph Malph. Ralph Malph, a pivotal character in the series, began as a secondary figure in the first season, but by the second season, he had become a mainstay, often sharing the spotlight with Richie and Potsy. As the series progressed, Ralph and Potsy's friendship deepened, and they eventually became roommates in the 5th season. One of Ralph's defining characteristics was his occasional donning of his Red Gems club jacket, although the significance of this was never explicitly explored. Donnie Most, the talented actor who portrayed Ralph, was born into a Jewish family in Brooklyn, New York City, and graduated from Erasmus Hall High School in 1970. He went on to attend Lehigh University, where he initially pursued a degree in engineering before switching to business. Before landing the role of Ralph, Most appeared in the final episode of the TV series Room 222, playing the part of Louie, a wisecracking classmate. In recent years, Most has shifted his focus to music, releasing a Christmas album, Swinging Down the Chimney Tonight, in 2016. He has since toured the United States with his show Donnie Most Sings and Swings, performing a set of 1950s classics with a 7-piece band. In 2021, he released 2 new singles, Ooh Baby Baby and Smoke from a Distant Fire, and in 2023 he released his full-length album New York High to widespread critical acclaim. The album was hailed as a triumph, with one UK critic likening Most to a modern-day Sinatra. In his personal life, Most has been married to actress Morgan Hart since 1982, and the couple has 2 daughters. They reside in the Los Angeles area, and Most's net worth is estimated to be $2 million. Al Molinaro as Al Del Vecchio. Al Del Vecchio from seasons 4 to 9, 1976 to 82, became the new owner and cook of the drive-in diner, following Arnold's marriage the previous season. Al later married Chachi's mother, Luisa, becoming Chachi's stepfather and Fonzie's uncle. Molinaro departed Happy Days in 1982 to lead his Al character in Joni Loves Chachi, returning as Al in 3 subsequent episodes of Happy Days. Known for sighing yeep, yep, 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 yep when disappointed or when things didn't go his way, Umberto Francesco Molinaro was born and raised in the Columbus Park neighborhood of Kenosha, Wisconsin, the second youngest of 10 children of Rafael and Teresa Molinaro, who had emigrated from Marano Principato in the province of Cosenza, Calabria, Italy. Molinaro relocated to California, working in odd jobs on the fringes of the television industry, eventually saving enough money to establish his own collection agency. He ultimately sold his business and became interested in Southern California real estate speculation. His investments yielded significant returns, when one of his properties was acquired by a conglomerate that used the land to construct a shopping mall, providing a windfall to launch a career in acting. As a result, he was financially independent when he decided to pursue his longtime dream of becoming an actor. In the 1960s and 1970s, Molinaro studied acting and was offered guest roles and bit parts on television sitcoms, including Bewitched, Get Smart, Green Acres, and That Girl. He took an improvisation class where Penny Marshall was one of the other students. In 1970, Marshall introduced him to her brother, producer Gary Marshall, who offered Molinaro the role of police officer Murray Greshler on the television sitcom The Odd Couple. He retired from acting in television and films in the early 1990s, but continued to appear in TV commercials until the early 2000s. Molinaro died of complications from an infected gallbladder at a hospital in Glendale, California, on October 30, 2015, at the age of 96. Al Molinaro had a net worth of $10 million. Tom Bosley as Howard Cunningham. Howard Cunningham, husband of Marion Cunningham, father of Chuck, Richie, and Joni, business owner of a hardware store called Cunningham's Hardware, was a lodge member and family man. Frequently seen reading the daily newspaper in his easy chair, he enjoyed driving his beloved 1948 DeSoto Suburban. Initially hesitant about Joni going to Chicago, still viewing her as his little girl, he ultimately supported her departure after discussing it with Fonzie and realizing her growth. Born and raised in Chicago, Bosley was the son of Dora, née Heyman, and Benjamin Bosley. Although well known for portraying Catholic priests and Protestant patriarchs, Bosley was actually Jewish. Bosley played the Knave of Hearts in a Hallmark Hall of Fame telecast of Ava Le Gallienne's production of Alice in Wonderland in 1955. However, his breakthrough stage role was New York Mayor Fiorello H. LaGuardia in the long-running Broadway musical Fiorello, 1959, for which he won a Tony Award. Bosley's first motion picture role was in 1963 as the would-be suitor of Natalie Wood in Love with the Proper Stranger. Other films include The World of Henry Orient, Divorce American Style, Yours, Mine, and Ours, Gus, and the made-for-television The Triangle Factory Fire Scandal. Bosley shares a heartfelt story about his own experience with the Holocaust in the documentary film Paperclips. In 1994, he originated the role of Morris in the Broadway version of Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Bosley toured as Cap and Andy in Harold Prince's 1994 revival of Showboat. Bosley died from complications of a staph infection at a hospital in Rancho Mirage, California, near his home in Palm Springs, California, on October 19, 2010. His agent, Cheryl Abrams, said Bosley had been battling lung cancer. He was survived by his wife, former actress Patricia Carr, and daughter Amy Bosley Bear, who was married to Matthew Bear, the son of Richard Bear. Tom Bosley had a net worth of $5 million at the time of his death. Ted McGinley as Roger Phillips. Roger Phillips, Marion's nephew, coach, and teacher at Jefferson High, became principal at Patton High after Richie's departure from the show. Introduced in 1980 as a recurring character, his paternal grandfather was an Irish immigrant. At Newport Harbor High School, he focused on athletics and swimming, excelling as a star player on the water polo team. He also worked as a lifeguard during summers. After graduation, McGinley attended USC on a water polo scholarship, majoring in urban planning and real estate. Following the conclusion of Happy Days in 1984, McGinley appeared in Revenge of the Nerds, portraying Stanley Gable, the head of the jock-run Alpha Beta fraternity and the primary antagonist of the Lambda 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 nerd fraternity. He continued to appear in regular roles on television series such as The Love Boat and Dynasty. He then played the role of Al Bundy's best friend, Jefferson Darcy, on Married with Children from 1991 to 1997, describing it as a great, great gig. He had recurring roles on Aaron Sorkin's television series Sports Night as Dana's boyfriend Gordon and The West Wing as a television news anchor. From 2003 to 2006, he played Charlie Shanowski on Hope and Faith. In 2011, McGinley playfully referenced his shark-jumping abilities in Mightfall, Zrania, the final episode of Batman, the Brave, and the Bold. In the episode, Bat-Mite desires the show's cancellation to usher in a new TV show called Beware the Batman. McGinley married actress Gigi Rice in 1991, and they have two sons, Beau, born 1994, and Quinn. They reside in Los Angeles. Ted McGinley has a net worth of $5 million. Linda Pearl as Ashley Pfister. A divorced mother who became Fonzie's steady girlfriend until their breakup off-screen sometime before Where the Guys Are, Pearl was born on September 2, 1955, in Greenwich, Connecticut, to chemical industry executive Raymond Charles Arthur Pearl and Marceline Marshy Pearl. Pearl played several roles in television series, starting with The Secret Storm, a daytime drama, 1973 to 1974. In 1978, she appeared as newlywed Molly Beaton in the ABC Western drama series The Young Pioneers, set in the Dakota Territory of the 1870s and based on the novels of Rose Wilder Lane. She also acted alongside Sean Cassidy in the 1979 TV movie Like Normal People. Additionally, in 1979, she starred in Women at West Point. Pearl launched a jazz music career after leaving Matlock and has released several albums of music, including Out of This World, Live. She released her fourth full-length album, a collaboration with music director Ted Firth called This Could Be the Start on Reaching Records, in August 2023. Pearl is a jazz vocalist, renowned for imbuing classic show tunes and jazz standards with a distinctive narrative expressiveness. Pearl has been married and divorced 4 times. Her first marriage was in 1979 to Desi Arnaz Jr., son of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. On January 3, 1980, Pearl filed for divorce, which was finalized later that year. On November 5, 1988, she married screenwriter William Broyles Jr., whom she later divorced. On July 23, 1993, Pearl married British screenwriter and producer Alexander Carey, Master of Falkland, with whom she has a son, Lucius, born February 6, 1995. They later divorced. On July 15, 2006, she married James Vincent Adams, whom she divorced in 2011. Since 2020, she has been in a relationship with Patrick Duffy. Linda Pearl has a net worth of $5 million. Scott Baio as Chachi Arcola. Meet Chachi, the young blood of the Cunningham crew, Fonzie's cousin and Al's stepkid. Fonzie takes him under his wing, and Chachi quickly becomes a mini Fonzie, minus the iconic motorcycle. He's got the smooth moves and the charm, and his go-to phrase is a hilarious wah wah wah. Chachi joins the gang, hanging out with Richie, Potsy, Ralph, and Fonzie, and even becomes the drummer in their band. After Richie and Ralph bail, Chachi and Fonzie get into all sorts of trouble together. But before all that, Chachi's alter ego, Scott Baio, was just a kid from Brooklyn. Born in 1960 to Italian immigrant parents, he grew up in Bensonhurst with his siblings. He went to Xaverian High School and was already making waves in the acting world by the time he was 16, starring in the kid-friendly gangster flick Bugsy Malone alongside a young Jodie Foster. The two would reunite a few years later in the teen drama Foxes. Fast forward to 2007, and Baio is starring in his own VH1 reality show. Scott Baio is 45 and single. Because why not? He also co-hosted Confessions of a Teen Idol, where former teen heartthrobs tried to revive their careers. Baio went on to star in and produce the Nick at Night sitcom See Dad Run, which ran from 2012 to 2015. He even made a guest appearance on Sam and Cat as a cop who busts the title characters. In 2017, Bayo's wife Renee was diagnosed with cerebral microvascular disease. Bayo's also a stepdad to Renee's daughter Kaylin, and he's got some famous cousins, including actor Jimmy Bayo and musician Chris Bayo. As for his net worth, a cool $4 million. Beatrice Colon as Marcia Sims. Marcia Sims, a charismatic waitress who served as a recurring comedic foil in the initial 3 seasons, making sporadic appearances that added depth to the narrative. She made a nostalgic return in the episode Our Gang. Colon's lineage boasts a rich heritage, as she was born to Anne and Bruce D. Colon in the vibrant city of New York, with ancestral roots tracing back to the state. Notably, she was the granddaughter of the illustrious playwright George S. Kaufman. Colon holds the distinction of being the first actress to bring Etta Candy to life in the live-action adaptation of the DC comic book series Wonder Woman. Although she appeared in the pilot, her role was limited to the first season, 1976 to 1977, which was set against the backdrop of World War II. When the series underwent a revamp and transitioned to contemporary times, the character was phased out. Colon's acting credits include television films such as Schoolboy Father, Brave New World, and feature films like Lifeguard, High Anxiety, American Pop, and Who's That Girl? Her guest appearances on various TV shows are a testament to her versatility, with notable roles in The Odd Couple, All in the Family, The Love Boat, Kolchak, The Night Stalker, Barney Miller, The Wonder Years, and Baywatch. Her final television appearance before her retirement was in a 1997 episode of Nickelodeon's The Secret World of Alex Mack. Colon's personal life was marked by a marriage to Patrick Cronin on October 23, 1977, with whom she had 2 sons, James and Charlie. Unfortunately, her life was cut short when she succumbed to lung cancer, which had metastasized to a brain tumor, on November 18, 1999, at the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, California. Poignantly, her passing coincided with the opening night of Brentwood High School's production of The Man Who Came to Dinner, a play penned by her grandfather, the Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright George S. Kaufman, and starring her son James in the title role of Sheridan Whiteside. James honored her wish by performing that night. A memorial service was held at St. James Episcopal Church in Los Angeles 10 days later. Crystal Bernard as K.C. Cunningham. K.C. Cunningham, Howard's niece, moved in with Howard and Marion after Joni departed for Chicago. She left an all-girls boarding school in Texas due to its closure. She became friends with Jenny and went on her first date with Melvin. Bernard, a televangelist and teacher, began entertaining at a young age, singing gospel songs with her older sister, Robin, 1959 to 2024, also an actress. One surviving recording from those years is a song called The Monkey Song on Feudin' Fussin' and Frettin', recorded when Crystal was 8 years old. She played the strong-willed airport lunch counter operator and cellist Helen Chappell Hackett on the sitcom Wings for the series' entire 8-season duration, 1990 to 97. In 1999, she starred in the television movie To Love, Honor, and Betray, opposite David Cubitt and James Brolin. In addition to acting, Bernard has a music career as a singer-songwriter. Her albums include The Girl Next Door, 1996, and Don't Touch Me There, 1999. The latter includes a gospel track she recorded with her father and one sung with country artist Billy Dean. The single Don't Touch Me There peaked at number 25 on the Billboard Adult Contemporary chart. She co-wrote the song If I Were Your Girl with Rhett Lawrence, which appeared on Paula Abdul's album Head Over Heels, 1995. She also co-wrote the song Come to Me on the debut self-titled album of Angie and Debbie Winans, 1993. Bernard sang a duet with Peter Cetera called I Wanna Take Forever Tonight, released on Cetera's album One Clear Voice, 1995. The single peaked at number 1, 22 on the Billboard Adult Contemporary chart, and number 86 on the Hot 100. She appeared in the video for Birdhouse in Your Soul by They Might Be Giants. Crystal Bernard has a net worth of $5 million. Kathy Silvers as Jenny Piccolo. Kathy Silvers brought Jenny Piccolo to life, Joni's confidant and partner in crime, who was frequently name-dropped before making her on-screen debut in the 8th season. She became a regular fixture on the show during the 10th season and made a memorable appearance in the series finale. Jenny's dad, played by Kathy's real-life father, Phil Silvers, made a guest appearance in one episode. Born and raised in the Big Apple, Kathy comes from a family of performers. Her parents, Phil Silvers and Evelyn Patrick, were both actors, and she has 3 sisters, Nancy, Tracy, and Lori. Kathy graduated from Beverly Hills High School in 1979 and lent her voice to Marie Dodo in the Sesame Street special Follow That Bird. By 2002, she was working as an announcer on the TV series Soap Talk. She's also a published author, penning Happy Days, Healthy Living in 2007. Kathy's personal life has seen its fair share of ups and downs. She was married to Dr. Alexander Burnett from 1988 to 1996 and had 2 kids with him. She tied the knot with entertainment lawyer David Fulmer in 2001, and they've had 2 more kids together, plus a stepchild. After wrapping up her acting career, Kathy earned a marketing degree from American University and started her own business. A passionate vegan, she now runs a service delivering fresh produce from farmers' markets to customers across L.A. County. Today, Kathy's net worth stands at $1.5 million. Linda Goodfriend as Lori Beth Allen. Lori Beth Allen Cunningham, Richie's girlfriend and later his wife, married Richie by phone in Season 8. Fonzie assisted Lori Beth in delivering her baby in Little Baby Cunningham. She returned as a guest star in the final season, where she was revealed to be pregnant with her 2nd child. Goodfriend graduated from Coral Gables High School in Coral Gables, Florida, and from Southern Methodist University in Dallas, where she earned a degree in drama. Before Happy Days, Goodfriend played Ethel Sunshine Acalino on the short-lived series Blansky's Beauties. After that show ended, she and co-star Scott Baio joined Happy Days. Goodfriend went on to play several roles in notable Gary Marshall films, including a tourist in Pretty Woman and Cameo and guest star roles in Exit to Eden, Nothing in Common, and Beaches. During the mid to late 1980s, Goodfriend appeared in several independent projects, including An All-Consuming Passion, a film written and directed by Catherine Nesmith. Goodfriend directed the teleplay pilot 4 Stars, which was financed by Gary Marshall and starred veteran actor Bert Kramer and actress Julie Paris. Most recently, she directed the short film The Perfect Crime in 2009. On Broadway, Goodfriend performed in Good News, 1974. Goodfriend married Giora Litwack in 1982. She holds a BFA from Southern Methodist University and is the acting chair at the New York Film Academy. Thank you for joining us on this heartwarming trip down memory lane. Which Happy Days character is your favorite? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting content. Until next time, stay tuned.